Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? That is a song from back in the day when I was a kid. So here we are. Okay. What you're really meant to do, a roadmap for reaching your unique potential. All right. So last time we read the introduction. And so this time we are going to move on forward to chapter one, what you're really meant to do, getting started. Okay. Now, based on current event, you see kitten. That's what I want y'all to see. Okay, so anyway, what do I feel about WAP? I thought it was a cute song. Um, it reminds me of Salt and Pepper. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. And what else song that they did? You make me wanna shoot, 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 bedu, shoot, bedu, 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 shoot, bedu. You remember that? Oh my goodness. Okay. And he walking this way. Ooh. Okay. S and the P want to get with me. Okay. You remember that? Google it. There's nothing new under the sun. There's no big deal about WAP. It's they trying to make money. They trying to do their thing. Um, it's just coming into my mind. Megan looked uncomfortable, um, except for on her part of it. And when she was doing her dance in the purple and yellow, she looked a lot more confident. Um, in the black and white with the leopards, I think that was awkward to shoot them from the back doing the split. It's just very, very awkward. And I noticed that Normani didn't do that. She did it the proper way that you do a split. But Cardi B and Meg were made to do the split from the back, which is very awkward. Um, Nobody does it that way. I've never seen any cheerleaders, majorettes, anybody who have did the splits from that direction. And why would you? The only person I've ever seen do it is Todrick. And when Todrick did it, he was up on a platform. He was not eye level. And he did it and then did that bounce up. But again, he was up high. Why would they shoot Cardi B and Meg from that angle? Um, I don't know whose idea that was, but it was a bad one. And I'm glad that Normani did her split from the front, which is appropriate. Um, and I said, even on the video, that that split from the back, I was like, that's Toddy. That's Todrick Hall all day. You know, I don't know if Todrick had anything to do with this video or not. I would be curious to know if Todrick did. So, but anyway, let's move on to what you're really meant to do. And per usual, I brought, boom, Liliana Vess Magic the Gathering cards. And let's see what we can start with. It would be very interesting if it has some type of WAP ability in this here. I would be tripping. Okay, so let's see what we got. See that? Basic land, swamp. It's funny because WAP is in there. In swamp, WAP. WAP. Okay, so let's get started. What you're really meant to do, getting started. What is your definition of success? And what steps will you take to achieve your aspirations? Okay. One of the best aspects of my job is having the opportunity to talk with business people, nonprofit leaders, and students who want to discuss sensitive issues of importance to them. Our conversations often turn to what they can do to achieve their dreams and reach their potential. Their background, stories, and specific situations differ, but all of these people share some degree of frustration and confusion about how to find meaning and make the most of their lives. So, what you're feeling, I'm talking about demographics, 16 to 24. It's not unusual. It's what everybody thinks about. Um, when I was your age, I did things based on survival. I really didn't have a whole lot of choices and guidance. I had none. I had none. So a lot of what I did was based on what my friends were doing. And that's why who you choose to be friends with is super important. You want to choose friends that are about something and who are going somewhere who can be a positive influence upon you. Okay? People who are hanging out in the streets, smelling themselves, doing illegal things, encouraging you to do illegal things is not good. Fortunately for me, I mean, my friends were not the best, but they were trying. They were we were registering to go to school together. We worked together. These are the things that we were doing. Okay. In this opening chapter, I recount a few of these stories as well as examples from my own life and introduce the idea that you can make ownership of defining your own success and achieving your unique potential. To help you tackle this strategy, I propose 5 rules of the road. They're intended to get you in the right frame of mind and make this book more useful to you. Okay. And by the same token, I could out of all of my friends that I had, I could name 3 who were toxic to me, 3 who actually betrayed me, 3 who actually stabbed me in the back, 3 who actually were saying slick shit about me. Saying shit I didn't mean to, but saying slick things about me behind my back. And it's not a big deal if you know me and if you know my situation, you know that there's been more than 3 people who have backstabbed me, lied on me, betrayed me, but it doesn't matter. That's going to happen, especially if you're an exceptional person. Keep it pushing, boo. Keep it pushing. Let that be your motivation to keep moving forward. At least you know who's sabotaging you. At least you are able to see people who are in competition with you, who are trying to make a name off themselves by putting you down. Keep it pushing, babe. Keep it pushing. Okay. In this opening chapter, I recount a few of these stories as well as examples from my own life and introduce the idea that you can take ownership of defining your own success and achieving your unique potential. I'm going to give you an example. When I was pregnant with Jonathan, I was at work. I felt just weird. I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. I felt weird and I needed to go home. I just felt like I need to go home. I felt sick. I felt not myself. Um, I felt really, really, really ill. And I had to get out of there. Well, I think that was my first anxiety attack as a grown up. I had anxiety attacks before, but only like in my high school. And it was only when my mom sent my younger sister to my school. I have been trying my whole life to get away from my family, okay? Um, because they embarrassed me, because they were always doing low class things. They did not represent themselves well. My sisters were not following my example on how to behave and how, they were influenced to do all kinds of negative, low class, disgusting things, and that I just could not deal with. So I wanted them to have the freedom to be themselves, but I wanted to have the freedom to be myself, and I wasn't allowed to. That's all there is to it. And that's another reason why I've made the choices that I have made. Okay, I've been successful because I have kept those high standards. There's no easy way to do the right thing. Either the thing is the right thing, and that it's only right if it's going to give you long-term benefits. The reason why I'm able to sit here today and do this video is because I chose to do what is right, the long-term benefit over the short-term benefit. Okay. A lot of things that are quick and easy, you pay for that. You pay for that long term. Best to do the right thing from the very beginning. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Okay. So getting started, the initial. Oh, and I wanted to say, my employer thought that I was doing something unethical. They checked all my stuff. My stuff was A1, but I did not trust them. They didn't trust me, obviously. And I didn't trust them to tell them the truth of my situation. And I left that job and I ended up working another job with a girl named Julie Boone. I worked there. Oh my God. I got to tell you. Mm, I didn't know. I didn't know so many things, okay? So I left that job. I didn't tell my boss nothing because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. And my coworkers told me that my boss had went through all my stuff, thought that I was trying to pull something, and that angered me. So I got the job with Julie, and I went into labor at the job. And after I had my son, it never even dawned on me to go back to that job. Again, I was ashamed. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to have that conversation with my employer. I just didn't. You know, I took another job. And when I took another job, that's really how I ran into Ron. And I moved out to Katy, and he had a split level, and Sinclair, and all of that. That's how all of that happened. I didn't have a plan or nothing. That's why I'm hoping that this encourages you through all of that fumbling and trying to figure out and being ashamed and having anxiety attacks. I never tried to sell no fish sandwiches. I never tried to get with no dope man. I never tried to steal and come up with no scheme to do that. I paid my bills, my light bill. Let me tell you something. My light bill was cheaper than it was for my checks. I got these real fancy checkbooks, with the little stub on the top, and all my stuff was in calligraphy. Oh, yes, honey, I was doing it. Okay. And um, I wrote my light bill 35 cents. And you know why? I wasn't using none of my electrical stuff at all. Not at all. When it came to light, I was using the street lights from the property into my apartment because I had a corner apartment upstairs, and so I used the light from the lights coming through the thing in my bathroom, which I didn't have no windows. It was like in the center of my apartment. I used candles in there. Okay. I use candles in there. I didn't watch a TV at home. I didn't listen to the radio at home. I spent most of my time at the pool on my off days and stuff like that, and in the jacuzzi after work. That's what I was doing. And cooking was gas. I had a gas stove, not electric. Ain't that something? So anyway, it's saying getting started, the initial career choice. I hope this is helping you. If you have any questions, just message me, okay? Just message me. Because I got a million stories. Let me tell you, honey, my whole pregnancy up with Jonathan, I got a million stories. After Jonathan was born, I got a million stories. Then Mark, and then Joseph. A million stories, a million stories, a million stories you wouldn't believe it. Do not be discouraged about the different twists and changes that your life is going through from 16 to 24. Okay? My age, from 16 to 24, I went through so many things, but I kept my eye on the prize. Long term, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't play yourself trying to believe that a low life gonna do right by you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep high standards. Okay. Um, so the initial career choice. Um, An accomplished graduate student was fortunate to have received full-time job offers from various financial service firms. He knew that I had previously spent my career in that industry, so he asked my advice about which firm to join. I'm going to leave it there. Find out the people that are in the industry that you are interested in. You can do this via LinkedIn.com. Search for that particular job, people, and it will bring up a list of people who are in the job that you are interested in doing. Those are people that you want to contact and talk to them about what their job is like, what they like about their job, what they don't like about their job, and any suggestions, recommendations, or warnings that they have for you. Okay? That's what you do. And then you want to thank them for their time, thank them for the recommendations. And then as you progress in your career, double back around to say, you know what, thank you for this. This is what I'm doing now. Okay? Let them know how you're doing. Keep in contact. And that's what I'm going to say about this one. Um, Mid career, stuck in no man's land, and who defines your success? Who sets your benchmarks? Do you take ownership of selecting your own path? 5 suggested rules of the road. Um, what else? Be open to learning, be realistic, and adapt to circumstances. And then let's do suggested follow-up steps. Write down your definition of success. Write down the steps you believe you will need to take to achieve your dreams. Keep these answers in a notebook. You might revisit and update your thinking as you go through each chapter of this book. All right? Like I said, send me your questions. Let me know how you're doing. If you want to share information with me, message me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.